Let us embark on a remarkable journey. Well, you know. It is a voyage not across space, but through the immense expanse of time itself. We will travel as far back as our understanding allows, to the very first moment of existence. Our story is a grand one, unfolding over billions of years, cosmic creation and planetary formation. We will pause at 10 key milestones, 10 pivotal moments that sculpted the universe, our world, and eventually, us. Each step is a chapter. It connects stardust to the very cells within our bodies. It is the story of everything. Our journey begins in an instant of unimaginable energy. 13.8 billion years ago, all matter and energy compressed into a single, infinitesimally small, hot point. Then the Big Bang. It began to expand. Space itself stretched outwards at incredible speed. In these first moments, the fundamental forces of nature were born. Simple atoms formed. Hydrogen. Helium. The universe was vast, dark, and simple. The seeds of complexity were sown. Over hundreds of millions of years, gravity began its patient work. It pulled atoms into vast, swirling clouds. Clouds grew denser, cores ignited. The first stars were born, the universe's first great furnaces. Inside their fiery hearts, hydrogen and helium fused into heavier elements, like carbon and oxygen. Stars lived and died, scattering elements across the cosmos. They provided light, the heat, the raw materials. Without them, no planets, no life, no us. The stage was set for world formation. Around 4.5 billion years ago, in the Milky Way, a cloud of enriched dust and gas collapsed. At its center, our sun ignited. Leftover materials swirled and clumped. Dust became pebbles. Pebbles became rocks. Rocks formed planetesimals. One growing sphere became Earth, a violent, molten world bombarded by asteroids. A cataclysmic collision likely formed our moon. Over millions of years, Earth cooled, formed a crust, allowing water to pool on its surface. It became a home. On this young, watery planet, something truly extraordinary occurred. Around 3.5 to 4 billion years ago, in the warm, chemical-rich oceans, the first life emerged. We do not know the exact moment or mechanism, but simple single-celled organisms appeared. These were the first living things, our most ancient ancestors. For billions of years, life remained simple, microscopic, yet incredibly resilient. These tiny cells were the pioneers, the first to harness energy, the first to replicate. They slowly, imperceptibly began to change the planet. Life had gained a foothold, a tenacious grip that it would never relinquish, beginning the long, slow process of evolution. One of life's most profound innovations was the ability to harness sunlight for energy. For a very long time, this oxygen was a poison to most other life forms, but it slowly accumulated, transforming the air and the oceans. This great oxidation event was one of the most significant changes in our planet's history. It created the very air we breathe today and paved the way for a new, more energetic form of life to evolve. With an oxygen-rich atmosphere, life could become bigger and more complex. Around 600 million years ago, during a period known as the Cambrian explosion, the diversity of life on Earth erupted. In a geologically short span of time, the oceans filled with a bewildering array of animals. Creatures with shells, skeletons, and legs appeared. The first fish swam in the seas and plants began to colonize the barren land. This explosion of biodiversity established the major animal groups that still exist today. It was as if life, after billions of years of quiet patience, suddenly decided to experiment with every form imaginable, setting the stage for the next great chapter. Life's story is punctuated by moments of great catastrophe. Around 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid struck the Earth. causing a mass extinction event that wiped out the dinosaurs. While a devastating moment, it created an opportunity. With the great reptiles gone, smaller creatures could flourish. The age of mammals began. Around 2.5 million years ago, our distant ancestors, the early humans, took a pivotal step. They began to shape their world intentionally. They picked up stones. They chipped them deliberately, creating sharp edges. These were the first tools. Simple choppers, scrapers. They represented a monumental cognitive leap. Tools allowed these early humans to butcher carcasses, access new food sources like bone marrow, and defend themselves. It was the dawn of technology, ancestors using their minds to overcome physical limits and change their relationship with nature. A million years later, the control of fire changed everything, perhaps captured from lightning. Humans learned not just to use fire, but to create and sustain it. Fire provided warmth against the cold of the night, and protection from predators lurking in the dark. It became a social hearth, a place to gather, share food, and communicate. Most importantly, fire led to cooking. Heating food broke down tough fibers and proteins, making it easier to digest, and unlocking more calories and nutrients. This extra energy may have been crucial for fueling the growth of our uniquely large and complex brains. For millions of years, humans lived as nomadic hunter-gatherers, moving with the seasons and following the herds. Then, about 12,000 years ago, in several places around the world, a new way of life emerged. People began to cultivate plants and domesticate animals. This was the agricultural revolution. Instead of chasing their food, they could grow it. They stayed in one place, leading to the first permanent settlements, villages, and eventually, towns. Farming provided a more stable food supply, which allowed populations to grow. It was a trade-off, perhaps a harder life in some ways, but it laid the foundation for civilization itself. With settled life and growing populations came new challenges and new solutions. Around 5,000 years ago in Mesopotamia, one of the most powerful tools ever invented came into being: writing. Initially used for keeping records of grain and trade, this incredible innovation soon blossomed. History had begun, and the accumulation of knowledge could accelerate like never before. The last 500 years have witnessed a dramatic acceleration of change, driven by new ways of thinking. The scientific revolution gave us a powerful method for understanding the natural world: observation, experimentation, reason. This new knowledge, combined with innovations in shipbuilding and navigation, spurred an age of exploration. Shipbuilding innovations, navigation advances. For the first time, ships regularly crossed the great oceans, connecting continents that had been isolated for millennia. This new global network allowed for the movement of goods, plants, animals, people, and for the rapid exchange of ideas. This interconnected world became a crucible for technological advancement. The Industrial Revolution, beginning in the 18th century, harnessed the power of steam, coal, to create machines that could do the work of 1,000 hands. Factories sprung up, and cities grew at an astonishing rate. In the 20th century and the 21st century, we unlocked the power of the atom, developed antibiotics that conquered ancient diseases, created computers and digital networks. In a few short centuries, we have transformed the very fabric of daily life on a global scale. Each of these 10 milestones, from the first star to the first written word, builds upon the last in an unbroken chain of cause and effect. The iron in our blood was forged in an ancient, long-dead star. The oxygen we breathe was created by microscopic life billions of years ago. The structure of our societies is built upon the foundation of farming. Our minds are shaped by the accumulated knowledge made possible by writing. We are, in every sense, the living embodiment of this immense and beautiful history. We carry the legacy of every one of these transformative moments within us. And so, our journey through 4 minutes of history brings us to today, 2025, November 10th. We stand here now, a species aware of its own past, holding the accumulated knowledge of billions of years. Marketing. The Earth seen from space, a beautiful blue marble with swirling white clouds. We can see the long road that led to this moment, a story of cosmic chance, planetary resilience, and the relentless spark of life and consciousness. We are the inheritors of this incredible legacy, and as we look forward, with the powerful tools of science and cooperation, we have the capacity to not only understand our world, but to shape its future with wisdom and care. The next chapter is ours to write,